Hi, I'm Ed Marsh. Welcome to this episode of Signals from the OP. My bi-weekly videos are intended to be thought-provoking for industrial manufacturing company execs. If you know of one who you think might find some value, please share this with them. Let's talk about sales pipelines, pipeline management, and sales pipeline metrics. Now, I'd say that most of the stuff in a CRM and the related sales tech stack is all built around the pipeline. If closed-won deals are the ultimate KPI for the sales team, then it's the opportunity pipeline that's at the core of that effort. So first, let's start with a question. How many CRM sales pipelines should you have? Or for your specific business, how many very different sales might require different pipelines? And that begs in turn another question. What does the pipeline map to? And the answer is your sales process. The sales process is the set of steps that are required to move a deal from suspect to customer. Of course, sales methodology describes the technique that you use to move them along, but it's the process steps that you track in your pipeline. But how different is your process for different types of projects? If you look at most sales processes, they don't really differentiate based on the details of the project. When I think about the capital equipment space, then that raises some questions. Is it reasonable to think that you'll sell a new $2.5 million system as a first transaction in an account with a strongly entrenched competitor exactly the same way you'd sell an engineering study, or a partnership entry sale, or even achieve approved vendor status? The short answer is obviously not. Now, in some cases, you'll have a fairly short sales cycle with relatively little complexity, while in others, you'll be selling to many more people, including some at high levels. You'll have the same sales process milestones, but many more important steps and checkpoints. So it makes sense that you'll need different CRM sales pipelines. For a typical capital equipment manufacturer, I'd say you probably need the following 6. Number 1, machine deal. Number 2, approved vendor certification. Number 3, entry sale. Number 4, machine rebuild. Number 5, training program. And number 6, channel sales pipeline for deals that you're selling indirectly through distributors or reps. Now, these are common scenarios that are each quite different. I'm sure you've got to uncover the compelling reason someone will buy, and you've got to reach decision makers and all the other normal steps in a sales process, but they're very different kinds of sales processes. And here's an important point. The impact on your forecast is much different too. That typical machine deal will have a material impact in a way that the others won't. It should involve particularly rigorous qualification, therefore, both quantitative, like the number of contacts with whom you're in touch, and qualitative, a brief narrative of the personal benefits or risks of each player, to support the forecast accuracy and effective coaching. So if those 6 are the pipelines, what sales pipeline metrics should you track? Again, let's go back to the purpose of the pipeline. It's to guide deals through the process to win more deals. That means helping sales reps be more effective by following the process and focusing their time on deals that are likely to close. It means helping managers understand how to coach reps and pull in other resources to help close deals. And it means helping company leaders jump in when necessary to guide managers and to measure the effectiveness of each individual, the team in aggregate, and the net ROI of each investment in sales and marketing. What are the sales pipeline metrics that you need to support those goals? Well, your business is unique. Generally, KPIs will include the following: length of sales cycle, conversion rates between each stage, length in each stage of the funnel, where each rep or team hangs up in the funnel, percent of deals disqualified at each stage, the number of deals meeting criteria to kill for cause, variable performance insights with certain types of buyers against certain competitors, when it's a new prospect versus repeat business, certain product types, and certain lead sources, close rates, percent of deals ending in no decision, maybe even, as suggested by the Jolt, the fact whether they're lost to the status quo or buyer indecision. And then, of course, any other metrics that you find improve the outcomes, improve forecast accuracy, or improve the efficacy of your win-loss reporting and AARs, the after-action reviews or debriefs after deals, and lessons learned. And then another big question. A lot of people in the space where I work, middle market industrial manufacturers, have invested enormous money in their ERP systems. And you've heard the stories. Changing implementation consultants halfway through, 2 to 3 times the planned budget, 2 to 3 times the timeline. And the ERP, once they have it, takes a lot of IT and outside support to keep it running. So it's natural when it comes time to look carefully at CRM or marketing automation or other tools to try to figure out what module might be available for short money that just kind of bolts onto the ERP. I mean, nobody wants another nightmare. Therefore, many companies make the rational but short-sighted decision to run with their ERP. But if we compare CRM versus ERP for sales effectiveness, there are a lot of compromises in functionality. Not only are most of the typical Salesforce automation and sales acceleration functionalities marginal in ERPs, the pipeline flexibility often is too. Sure, you can create stages with associated likelihood to close. I mean, there's probably a graphical interface to move them along the pipeline. You can create data properties to key deal details that you want to track, but that's not enough. In long sales cycle complex sales, you need your CRM to consistently reinforce qualification and requalification criteria. You need calculated values to help determine what deals can be advanced to the next stage, along with appropriate contingent value properties. For instance, the number of buying team members identified and engaged that help to ensure deals are accurately forecast. After all, if the deal champion says you've been selected, but your rep is only talking to 1 of 10 people on the buying team and has no idea when or how capital is approved, it's not a verbal agreement deal. This is a key area where you'll often find the CRM versus ERP comparison fall short. The pipeline and forecast are, after all, the core of what's in your CRM. There's lots of functions that will boost the effectiveness and efficiency of your reps, and those are important, as is integration with marketing automation, sales enablement, sales content management, etc. But at its core, if your CRM doesn't provide superb pipeline capability, then it's really just a contact manager. Here's the good news. If you've had an ERP nightmare and heard stories about torture with Salesforce customization, you don't have to make a hasty decision. HubSpot CRM, actually it's called HubSpot Sales Hub, is an awesome solution for middle market manufacturing and industrial companies. It's easy to implement, operate, and maintain by your sales operations team, and it's easy for sales reps to use. I'm Ed Marsh. If you found value in this episode of Signals from the OP, check out the full playlist and maybe even like it, share it, and subscribe either to my YouTube channel, edmarshspeaks.tv, or at the related blog, signalsfromtheop.com.